We're here today to launch Born of a Dream, IWC Schaffhausen's new short film project.
Yes, I'm down here in sunny Florida right now. It's a little overcast. I certainly enjoyed meeting you via fiber optic cable, and I look forward to the opportunity of doing it in person someday.
What's your occupation?
Watchmaker, sir. I had this dream. About the future.
It was a really cool project. I think from the time that we had gotten the idea, I loved it. It spoke to a lot of different kind of core beliefs that I have.
We have your story being told, obviously, from when you're a young kid just starting out in football, and then your college years, and then obviously your pro years. And we have F.A. Jones, who was an American watchmaker who came across the Atlantic to bring modern manufacturing ideas and ingenuity, to combine them with Swiss craftsmanship. And it's about setting your goals high, overcoming adversity, determination, hard work. It's an interesting parallel to see your path with F.A. Jones's path in the short film.
I've always said, if you don't believe in yourself, then anyone else believe in you. And I think so much of this story is about that even when people doubt you the most, a lot of times you learn the most about yourself when you go to bed at night and you can wake up the next morning just as excited the next day that you can, accomplish these dreams.
Let's go, Brady! Get those legs up! Get those legs up! Down!
We're gonna get you somewhere, but it's up to you to make it work.
Where in Boston you want to do this?
In Switzerland.
We invest in businesses, Mr. Jones, not in dreams.
The production of it was really incredible. James, I always love your acting, but I love your acting in this. So we didn't actually share the set at the same time, but I know based on the final output of what it was really magnificent. And I had never been on a set quite like that before, where it felt like it was, a feature-length film.
Felt like a huge budget Hollywood epic film. It was like these sweeping Civil War battlefield shots, and we rebuilt these factories where they were first starting out, using, I believe, hydropower from the Rhine to power these machines, and it was all F.A. Jones's idea to bring that sort of ingenuity to the Swiss watchmaking craft. What was different on set when the cameras started rolling for you that was different from being out there on the football field on Sunday afternoons?
The difficult part is, it is something that is a little different for me, in that it's not, at least when I'm practicing football, I've done that thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. So there's such a comfort level in doing it. When you're delivering lines, when you're doing those, it's a little different for me. I think part of it is, you run it, feel like, oh, we got it. And then, there's not quite the shot that they go, okay, we'll do it again. And you're like, man, I don't know if I can do that exactly the same way again. So, I wish I could do that in football, where sometimes I can throw a bad pass and I'm like, no, let's run it back. Let's get another one in there.
Right.
That's really not work. Once I mess up, man, it's over.
What we've discovered is, what you're saying is that acting is much harder than playing NFL football, right?
I absolutely agree with that. Yes.
So, Tom, how is it to relive, I guess, in a sense, earlier versions of yourself?
That was one of the most unique things I've done. It does bring up a lot of different emotions. For as long as I remember, a lot of my free time was spent at the park, playing with my buddies, drawing up plays in the house, and then going out on the street and trying to run those plays. I think so many of those scenes that came up, it brought back a lot of memories. I know the one scene in the weight room where it was throwing the ball around. Those were important parts of my life that were very, that everybody has. It's not when people are watching that really matter. It's the times where, it's just you and yourself and your mind and your desire and determination to get yourself for an opportunity.
Welcome to the 2000 draft that will decide who will make his way to the top. 96th pick, Aaron Randy, quarterbacks.
I remember aspects of my life where I was working on my throwing technique in front of the mirror over and over and over. And I look at it now, I go, wow, those were the moments. Everyone is going to get different opportunities at different times. And some people actually are going to get more opportunities than others. But whenever you get your chance, you can't screw it up. And if you don't put the work in advance, then when the opportunity does come, you either A, won't recognize it, or B, you'll mess it up.
I know you probably won't say it. You're the greatest of all time, my friend. And how many of them are there? I mean, there's one, right? So that road must have been peppered with challenges and like I said, adversity. And it tells me a lot about who you are as an individual and your character as a human being. So that's why I like the combination of this sort of duality of these two stories running parallel, even though they take place a century apart. It's a timeless story. It's a timeless journey.
He was taking on these dreams, obviously with the support of others, but in his mind, he was going to make it happen no matter what. Sometimes you're frustrated or disappointed by the failures or when things don't work out exactly the way you want. But the reality is that's when you're going to learn the most. So you didn't get every part you tried out for. You didn't,
No,
every
I got every
take
role.
you didn't do.
I got everyone.
Other than you, then I'm sure some others.
Of course.
But, I think you could speak to that too. I think you could speak to things not going your way.
You have to get comfortable with rejection. You have to get comfortable with people telling you, getting in your head that this is, you're not cut out for it. It's how you deal with rejection. That's what carves you out.
It's going too far too fast.
What do you mean?
They're coming over.
Who?
The investors. You need to talk to him. He won't listen to me.
96th pick, Aaron Randy, quarterback, San Diego.
Did I dream too big?
Let's talk a little bit about what brought us here together to do this film. And it's, I know for me, it's my love of watches.
It was interesting. When I was in college, I had an old desktop computer, and it was a lot slower than our connection that, was these days. And on the screensaver, I always had this IWC GST automatic alarm as my desktop screensaver.
Oh, wow.
And I always thought, man, if I ever made a few bucks, that's the watch I'm going to buy. For my 30th birthday, this is before I even was working with IWC, my wife bought me a Portugueser perpetual calendar. There's an amazing collection that they have. I think the functionality, the class, the elegance, the timelessness, but in my view, the simplicity is what makes IWC so special and really sets them apart from everybody else. They have a very classic, elegant, style about them. And you can find a watch within all the different collections for whatever particular occasion, sport watches, watches that I've worn to, fancy events that my wife's brought me to at different times. So there's really something for everyone.
Yeah, the two lines that to me are synonymous with the brand are the Portuguesers and the Pilot watches. The big Pilot.
Yeah.
I'm actually wearing the chronograph Spitfire right now. I love that there's purpose. I love that there. This is a tool watch, and there's the chronograph feature. They're like you said, sophistication and simplicity, elegance, timelessness. Yeah, I feel like I have to have a connection with my watch. Like there's a soul to these. There's so much time and craftsmanship put into to the manufacturing of these watches, and the care and the love behind it. You feel like you're wearing something with a soul. Well, Tom, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for taking the time to chat with me. I'm such a cool thing to be a part of with you up there on the screen. Stay safe, stay healthy, and be well.
It was a great collaboration. Like everything, teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely. Take care, man.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye. Marsden out. Boom.
Can I get the recording of him saying that?